People often come up and say, well, tell me about Lipscomb, and they're really trying to understand what it means to be a Christian university. A number of weeks ago, I gathered with 25 college presidents, all from Christian schools in Washington, D.C. And there were some schools that said, well, we're faith-based, that's what that means. Others that said, well, we're church-connected, that's what that means. Others said, well, we bring faith and learning together, that's what that means. And I've wrestled in the short time here to try to simply understand what it means for us. The commitment we have made as a university is to be Christian in three ways. We want to be Christian first intentionally. The landscape of American higher education is covered with those institutions that started out to be Christian, but long ago, decades ago, left that to be something else. Lipscomb University will not do that. Lipscomb University is intentionally Christian. We don't always know what that means. We don't always walk it out perfectly. But as you see this university grow in the next decade, you're going to see a school that has the credibility of the finest academic institutions, but it's going to be in the envelope of a perspective about life that is drawn from who we are. We are also Christian when it comes to being courageous. There are moments every single day in the life of students and faculty and this university where we have to make choices. And we want to make the courageous choices that represent the kind of example Jesus gave us as he dealt with people in his time. And finally, we want to be Christian graciously. And that's not always been the high point of our DNA. There have been moments in our church history and our institution history where graciousness would not have been the bumper sticker you put on us, but we want to be gracious. We want to, with a sense of humility, be welcoming and gracious to those who agree with us and those who might not. To those whose message is easy to listen to and those who have a message that's more difficult. In all of that, we want to represent Jesus in a sense of graciousness. If you're not from Nashville, Tennessee, you won't know this, but in Nashville, we have the largest Kurdish population in America. And when one thinks about the Kurdish population, one has to recognize that they are Muslim in terms of a religious background. 2 or 3 years ago, a number of those students chose Lipscomb University, and I really don't know why. But they will walk through our halls and across our campus. Many of them will wear the traditional garb of the country that they have come from. And I walk up and I say, help me understand why you chose this university. And they almost always respond in some way like this. Well, we heard that this is a place where we would be safe. There's a lot that goes into that. We heard this is a place that we would be safe. And I'm so proud of the fact that that is our reputation. Sure, they're going to be exposed to the gospel of our Savior. Sure, they're going to go through our educational process. But what a wonderful reputation to have, even though we may not agree with those people. Those people have created an environment that is safe for our children. May God help us as we seek to be that kind of Christian university.